Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is my last sphere that I'm doing in this little tiny unit. I've done charcoal, I just did pastel, and now I'd like to attempt watercolor in terms of just a simple still life exercise for your students, especially in grade 7 and 8 when they're just not ready to do anything more complicated than geometrical shapes. It's a great starting point. So in terms of watercolor, I have my circle set out already that I used my tape roll to trace, and rule of thumb, light to dark, and then we'll figure out the shadow at the end. I like to always have that little bit of white that shines at the top. You got to decide where your light source is coming from. Is it coming from the left? Is it coming from the right? I usually have it from the right, from the left, sorry, and then have the shadow on the bottom on the right. So let's get started. I'm just using shades of blue. Very, very important. Just keep it simple. And with watercolor, all you have to do is add a little bit more water. And to do a much darker blue, I usually use a little bit of brown, and to mix it in with the blue. So let's get started on that. I usually do a little wet on wet, do all the way around. Wet on wet actually is probably quite helpful for your students because the paint won't go beyond where you put the water. So get really close up to your line. And now for the color. So I got basic, light, and medium, and now I'm just going to go for a little bit of dark, as simple as that. And I usually use a little bit of brown to mix that in to create a really nice dark blue. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to wait for this to dry before I add the shadows and a little bit of the highlight. So stay tuned for a sec. Okay, welcome back, guys. My blue ball right here, my sphere, has dried. So it's really important to let your first couple of coats dry before you put on the light and shadow, or it'll just blend all together. And it is, I've already mixed a little bit of a really, really dark blue by using my blue and my browns. And you can get a really dark, almost black, with those two colors. So I use that for my shadow. But it's very important, very little water, okay? Or won't be as dark as you would like it. So put in my shadow right about here. And we're done, guys. I'm going to let that dry, and I think that was quite a successful project. So thank you very, very much for tuning in, guys. Please subscribe, please comment, and again, there'll be more and more videos every single week practically. I'm up to, what, 82 videos on my YouTube channel, so please watch them all, and hopefully they'll be useful for you and your students. So have a great night, guys.